The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Hump day, 54 degrees, feels like 49, high of 57, low of 32. You're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. And I don't know what's going on, but
Nate's ready.
I'm ready, man.
Nate is bouncing off the walls in here.
Yes.
Why are you in such a good mood today?
Because last night I'm trying to tell
He solidified his
everybody.
blackness.
I'm trying to tell everybody thank you one person at a time. And Chris said, hey, you could have just posted it, pasted it. I tried that, but after about 5 minutes my phone forget. So I'm trying to, call people who called me back. I would try to call them back, and then I'm doing this. And then so I'm finally it's over now. So today I can just be big old fat Nate, and I'm happy to be just big old. And then I get another thing saying, I can't make it tomorrow to the interview. And so Kurt backed out. Then Jesse like, I got to be back to the office. Don't even try me. And then you hit like, is Nate going to be there? And then I'll find out that Kurt's going to be there so I can go be me. So I'm happy today. I'm just.
Are you doing the interview with us or not?
I can't. I got to go. I got to go take care of some business. And I thought I was.
You know what? It'd be really nice when your teammates ask you if you're doing something and you don't just ignore them. You actually respond.
I was going to tell you on the show.
We didn't ask on the show. We asked early this morning so we could plan. That's actually what I said in the text. Please let us know so we can plan.
But I had to know what he was going to do.
Oh, my God. I'm done with you already. We just 2 minutes into
I'm
the show.
still excited. Cowboys are a good team. They're a good team.
We already heard that.
We forgot this yesterday. Let me
yesterday's
do this before we start the show.
Right.
My one shout out.
Okay.
I found the card yesterday. So Miguel Castellanos, a.k.a. Superfan.
Oh, let me look.
He's trying to be inducted into the Ford Hall of Fame, Ford Hall of Fans the Hall of Fame for the fans.
Right.
We got Nate's in the Hall of Fame, and if he is inducted to the Hall of Fame, he would be the first Mexican ever to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. As Douglas comes in with an email.
Douglas comes in with an email.
Wow. Is it breaking news?
Thank you, Douglas.
Thanks, Doug.
From our PR department. Following the conclusion of Coach McCarthy's press conference, linebacker Micah Parsons entered into the COVID-19 protocol and will not be participating in practice today.
Oh, my God. I hope he enter another show.
Breaking news brought to you by Douglas Barrichello.
Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Douglas.
Bring the room
Go ahead.
down.
Jesse.
So starting on January 9th after 1 p.m., so all of our Hispanic fan base, you want to get your boy. Everybody, get your boy in here. You see him at all the games. You go to Ford, like the car, Hall of Fans, FANS.com to vote in Superfan.
Yeah, I know this guy. He's at all the games. He's got the luchador mask on and the crazy. Let's see if I can get a picture of him. He sent us a video with Drew. There you go. Let's see. See if you can get that on the screen there, Chris.
Just me. Oh, yeah. That's him.
Yeah. He's at all the home games. Yep.
Nice.
Very nice. So, I'm
he
sure.
helped present Drew, right? That's what he said to me, I think. He helped present Drew his Hall of Fame or something like that or whatever. So, go vote. So, he can't say that I said. So, Miguel, when you see me on Sunday, don't run up on me and say I didn't do my job.
Yeah, we'll get you on the show at some point, Miguel. Voting starts Sunday, January the 9th. And we're in partnership with Ford on this. So, I'm sure at some point we can get you on the show for sure. So, go vote for Miguel, Cowboy Superfan or Super Cowboy.
Yeah.
_ Super Cowboy on Instagram. So,
all right, breaking news.
Very cool.
Micah Parsons not playing on Saturday.
It's only a 5-day downtime, though, so he could come back.
Today's Wednesday.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
It's five. It's five. Yes, it is
I was
5.
thinking today was Tuesday.
But it's 5, but he needs 1 negative test.
1 negative test or 2 negative tests?
Just 1 now.
Just 1?
1.
So
So
it'll
you
be
can
none.
test negative
So
on
he won't-
Saturday morning and
Okay.
fly
So
out.
he doesn't have to wait 5 days.
I think it's non-vaccinated is 5 days. I'm not really 100% sure, but I think that's the case.
Okay.
Because Carson Wentz tested on what?
He had to wait 5 days.
Because he's unvaccinated.
Well, no, I think it's 5 days in general.
Well, let's look it up. Let's look it
I
up.
think it's 5 days
Does
in
it
general.
matter?
No
for this
matter
game?
what, the line has to go to the vet, apparently.
Well, because
Does it matter if he's playing or not this week?
Well,
do we care?
we can't knock Philly out. Philly can't improve us, or can we? If we lose this, well, we in trouble.
I don't think we can drop
yeah,
anymore.
we can't drop anymore. So
We could potentially go up.
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of things happen.
Right.
but
There's like four scenarios out of
How
like
the Cowboys
30,
do it is
30
always
or
gonna be
40.
Somebody else helping us, Lord.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But the thing is now, okay, so we'll just speak.
Let's play what if.
hypothetically.
That's
Let's
what we
just-
good
that's
at.
what we
Let's
do.
play what if.
We have a show because of what ifs. Now
we
the
have a show because we good. The rest
That
of
is
them
true.
have shows
That
because
is
they're
true.
what
That's
if.
But my concern is, and you've heard players from this team say it, and you've heard players from around the league say it, depending upon if this is, if he's asymptomatic or if he's having symptoms, does that affect him long term? And when I mean long term, I mean short term in the sense of, does that affect him when it comes to playing next week in the first round of the playoffs? Right? And I think these are a lot of things that we don't really get a chance to see, but we heard Amari Cooper talk about it, and say, it took me a while to get my win back, So for a guy like Micah Parsons, who's playing everywhere and is engaged everywhere, doing everything on the defensive side of the ball, if there's lingering symptoms, will that impact his performance in the near future? Are you worried about that?
that would be a concern for sure.
This game, I would definitely be concerned because I had it, and I had on day 5, like 6, 7, like I still felt it in my chest. Like on like day 5, I went and walked my kid around in his wagon, and like just walking, I was like, damn, like I can feel like I wanted to be this badass. It was like, I'm good. This ain't bothering me. And like just walking, I was like, okay. And then I actually thought the same thing. Like, how do these guys come back from this 5, 6 days after and then go play a freaking football game? If this is, and it doesn't affect everybody the same, but like it's got some lingering issues. And then I know some people that have just recently had it, and they were, fully vaccinated, boosted and all that, and they've had symptoms for, it's messed with them for 8, 9, 10 days with
It's gonna be
breathing issues. So
it's going to be, and I've always believed it's going to affect you somehow, some way. You're going to get, and all of us, shot or non-shot, have had this, and somehow, somewhere, I promise you, this thing is just too big to think that you can walk around and it not get you.
I jinxed myself.
You didn't. You didn't.
On our Monday show, I
you
said,
didn't.
I think at some point everybody's going to get a version of this. And, I'm sitting there thinking, I've made it 2 years to this. I take all these vitamins, and I'm sure I got some kind of cocktail concoction that combination of this vitamin D and this vitamin E and this amino acid I take have
Zinc
my
in it.
immune system built up. The doctors just hadn't figured it out. I'm going to go straight. And, man, Wednesday night.
Gotcha.
Bam. Woke up Thursday morning.
Now, my next concern is because Micah is a pretty popular guy in this football team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's a guy who bounces around all of the circles.
Wasn't he all over social media 2 nights ago with the Mavs game on the front row, courtside seats?
I didn't see that.
Yep.
You know what? I'm
Amari Cooper, Trayvon Diggs was at the game on, was that Saturday?
Alabama game.
I should be the
Alabama
last
game
guy
on
trying to
Friday.
tell people what to do. But
No mask on.
Mr. Jones, don't fire me, but live your life. That's all I can tell
Yeah,
you.
you can live your life. And
Okay,
I'm
okay, but you can tell guys to
going
be-
to sound like your boy Michael Irvin. You can live your life when the season is over. Because if going to a Mavs game, there'll be Mavs games in February. There'll be Mavs games in April. There'll be Mavs games in May. There'll be Mavs game in June. No, they won't be no Mavs game. They won't be in the playoffs. But they'll be there to do certain things at this juncture of the season.
I'll be more specific then.
Because you say live your life means YOLO. I'm gonna go do what I want, where I want, when I want, how I want.
Your life everybody has different responsibilities within their life, right?
Yeah. What responsibilities do Micah have at the Mavericks game?
No. If you decided as a person that, okay, I'm gonna be a little bit more responsible than that, and what I'm saying is, during football season, you live your life, and your life
your life is football.
Your life may
from
be,
August to February.
You let me talk sooner or later. I know I'm not the expert and long-winded talker that you are, because COVID may have affected me, not you. But if living your life means that you have to go into the Omni and take your family into the Omni, live your life. Live your life, because each person has a responsibility to themselves, their teammates, and whatever. Michael Irvin came on and said all of this right here, and he just went through what we're talking about. He just went through this same thing that you went through. Mm-hmm. You don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah, but Michael was.
Mike
flew around the country. Mike was on a plane every other day,
but he had
in a different city.
But he had to live his life,
right?
Regardless.
But Mike isn't playing a football game.
I know people that have been locked in their houses with booster shots and still got this thing. You can be as perfect as you want to be. You can do. This guy, Micah Parsons, can be as perfect as he want to be, but is he not going to hug his girlfriend who's out there and doing everything she want to do? Is she not going to hug his nephew who's doing everything he wants to do? You don't know. You don't, and I, two shots. The flu shot, the booster. I've done it all. I've done it all. My aunts, uncles, cousins, they've done it all. Went in the house, stayed in the house, didn't touch nobody. I'm not saying that you should run to the Mavericks game, but I'm saying, okay, you can be responsible. You do not know. Tell me how you get it.
Let me ask you this.
Tell me how you get it.
Let me ask you this, because I don't disagree with you, and I think what Jesse's trying to say, up to a certain point, like now that it's like, okay, right, this game, and then this is what you've been playing all these weeks for. You live your life, but now it's time
to go into the Omni.
So now you would say lock yourself down now, right?
Like Bama. Bama ain't taking no chance. Bama done brought in all their players. If you're willing to go up under that, then you can assure things. But as long as Michael, and I'm with you, Jess, I'm with you 100%. Don't go to the Mavericks game. It's going to be many more Mavericks games. But you got to tell your girlfriend, your friends, and everybody else, no, even guys that are tier one guys like such as yourself that have availability to the players, you got to be more responsible. This guy, this girl, this person, they have to be more responsible. Am I correct? Because if you don't know where this thing is coming from, you can do everything perfect. And I've lost relatives who did everything perfect and still wind up with the COVID. That's why I say you better live your life. Now, you as an individual has to decide. I'm with Mike. Me and Mike talked about it. He called me the other day. He was so scared to death after he dealt with this. He said, fella, I'm like, Mike, what was wrong with you? I just went through it. And, man, I know what I told them players. Because, I'm like, you have to almost, on this level, and I'm talking about the Micah Parsons of the world, I'm talking about teammates of the world, you have to almost tell them, man, corral your family. Corral those that's close to you and shut it down. You have to do that. Because if you don't know where this thing is coming from. We had Shannon have this thing the other day, and we went into a full-fledged, all of us went into a full-fledged deal. We went into protective mode. You see the things up now.
That's why we're in the penalty box.
My fault. We went into it. But until we know, because Jesse, you have been in protective mode since we've known you.
Oh, before COVID.
That's what I'm saying. It's easy for you.
Remember, we used to laugh at Jesse.
Yes.
Who's laughing now?
My hat.
I told y'all.
My hat's is off to you.
Foreshadowing. I told y'all suckers this was coming.
But I am a person, like me, I'm 60 years old. If you're 45 and older, you better be a little bit smarter. And if you 60, man, you can't even have a discussion. Man, you can't even tell me your religious beliefs, your spiritual beliefs, your political beliefs. If you ain't boosted up, now them the people I'm attacking. You saying, hey, if you're a professional athlete, your life depends on this. Shut it down. Do the right things. I'm with you. But if you 60, man, you can't even have a discussion. I'm serious. We can't even have a discussion. I'm walking away from you. I'm booty juicing you, which I hate to use that word. But these players, Mr. Jones in the league, gonna have to close it. I would close it down. I would tell every one of my guys
for the playoffs.
Oh yes, sir. I would close it down because can you imagine not having Dak, Tom Brady, or Aaron Rodgers?
And that is my fear. And where I was going with this was when Micah Parsons, who's a very popular guy, he bounces around.
Yes,
circles.
he does. He's enjoying it.
We've seen him have chess games with Amari Cooper. Mm-hmm. We've seen him have shootouts.
He's in the D-line room. He's in the linebacker room.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
We've seen, and he's not one of the guys who you're going to shut down. You're going to accept Micah Parsons in your room.
Right.
When Micah Parsons wants to play the tennis ball in the garbage can with Dak Prescott,
right,
you're going to play it with Micah Parsons. When he wants to play chess, so he's doing a commercial with Trayvon Diggs, these things are happening. So this is a guy who you talk about, and we don't know the extent of, breaking news. We just, like I said, when our show started, we got the paper from Douglas about this COVID situation. My thing is now, who's he been around?
Yeah.
Who's he been around? Who was he? Who was we with after? And I'm not saying he got it at the Mavs game,
right.
But what I'm saying is that there are things, and I'm not one that says going to a bunker and shelter. But my thing is that we'll use Michael for an example. Michael can say he doesn't want to catch COVID, but almost in a hypocritical state. And I get it. His livelihood. Michael's in New York on Monday. First of all, he's in L.A. Saturday, Sunday, on a plane from L.A. to New York.
Right.
He's doing shows on Monday in New York. Then he's on a plane from New York back to L.A., back to Dallas. Then he's back in L.A. on Thursday.
Right.
So, I mean.
And what's funny about that is, and I love Mike, but for him to talk about players have to be careful and all that, I mean, I've seen Mike go up and shake fans' hands and then walk up and grab players and bear hug them.
Right.
It's like, what are they going to do? Be like, no, Mike, get away from me.
So, I mean, so for a guy like Mike, yes, he's probably saying, I don't want to get it, but your steps and your livelihood said otherwise.
Yeah.
But for guys like Micah, you don't have to go to a Mavericks game right now.
I agree.
Trayvon and Amari, you don't have to be at the Alabama game. Just because it's here doesn't mean you have to be at it.
That's right.
And even though they've been on lockdown, you don't have to do that. Because now you are guys who are key contributors to what we have to do here, to what needs to be done. Not having a Trayvon Diggs will screw up your plans defensively. Not having an Amari Cooper.
Not according to Pro Football Focus.
Not having Amari Cooper might. No, it won't, because they don't give him the ball anyway. But not having Micah Parsons.
We're good.
So Amari, you can just keep going wherever you want to go. But not having Micah Parsons on your defense will screw up your plans defensively. And again, these are guys who are all in this locker room together. So
Jesse,
before this came out today.
Jesse, I am so on board with you. I am. But you talking to a fat man that when Shannon went through his deal, I was so scared. I got a cough. I was so scared because I was coming in. I'm like, I ain't coming in. I called Chris. I know you like me to come, but I ain't. I'm with you. But, man.
But, see, you're afraid because, like you said, I'm 60.
I'm 60, man.
I'm 60. It ain't,
yeah.
I ain't 25 no more.
Right.
Yeah. And I think this thing, I mean, I don't want to spend a ton more time on it because we already talked the whole first segment. And it's so, and it's
an important matter.
It is.
I mean,
for Micah.
This is Micah Parsons.
Our number one defensive player.
But I think what happened is the original strain was deadly, right?
Right.
And people were we're dying at a fairly high rate, especially older people. And this new variant.
Now you look at me. Wow.
You're older. You're the oldest man in the room. Not by much, but you are older.
Wow.
You just made it. You just stood on the table and said, "I'm 60," and if you're 60, so yeah, you're older.
Right.
So I think everybody kind of everybody started getting a little relaxed.
Right.
You know, the NFL kind of relaxed the rules a little bit compared to last year. You know, it was a super lockdown last year.
Right.
Then they get a little relaxed, and players get a little relaxed, and then you got this new variant. And it's like, it puts you down for 2 or 3 days. A lot of people are asymptomatic. It's not that bad. It's okay if I catch it. But if you put it in the terms of football, if you get it, you're out 5 days at least. So depending on when you get it and how it affects the game, I think that's how it kind of, that's y'all are right. Whether it affects your health that bad or not, it affects the team and your status to be able to play every week.
Yeah, I've been trying to read up on it. It looks like he does have a chance to come back. If it doesn't have any symptoms, which he obviously has some symptoms, but he has to go 24 hours without symptoms and test negative.
Yeah, so he could run fever and have all the symptoms for 2 or 3 days and stop having symptoms, test negative with 24 hours after that, and then he can play.
I'm going to tell you something.
So he could, but
when Shannon they tracked me down. The young lady from HR, she was trying to track me down. I did not know her number, so I need to put it in there so I would know when she called me so I can respond.
You don't like it when HR calls you.
Yeah, but you know what? I'd rather them call me on something like this than not call. But anyway, Jim hit me. I'm like, wow, Jim, what's up, baby? Well, we've been trying to track you down. And how's your symptoms? He didn't tell me to go take a test. He said, how's your symptoms? I said, man, I'm good. I'm feeling good. A day later, I'm feeling bad.
Man, we just broke all the HIPAA rules on this show. I'm outing myself, and Nate's outing himself.
You can do it yourself.
Yeah.
So I got my first test ever the other day. Yeah. I got my first test, and that's why I apologize to Tim and his dad, because he was trying to talk to me. I'm taking this test. I'm like, no, I'm thinking my firstborn child or something. You know.
Hey, it's if you've never been around people that have been exposed, especially when you're old, like you've stated over and over and over, it's nerve-wracking as hell, man. It's nerve-wracking.
And I wanted to beat the dude up who was coming around with the results, because the young ladies, and then she tell me like, okay, it's not gonna hurt. Don't believe what everybody says. We're gonna stick it in your nose and breathe like this. She stuck it up in her nose, man. I felt like I got a sinus headache after she stuck the thing up her nose. I'm like, wow, man, why is I'm feeling this?
Ones I get are just barely swab.
I'm like, she probably was a Washington fan and probably tried to kill me. But anyway,
speaking of, we got to talk about that. They leaked their. Did you hear about them leaking?
Yeah, who was it? Boomer Esiason that said something on the show?
I saw it on.
What's the name, Dan? What's the name?
We'll talk about that more when we come back on the next segment. Hanging with the boys.
The leaks.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
How great would it be to travel to watch the Cowboys win on another team's turf? Pretty great. But honestly, just watching the game from anywhere but your house would be fun. Even a hotel bar with some guy named Phil from St. Louis who thinks Oakland still has a team. So whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com. proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, Cowboy fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience the best sports venue in the world, AT&T Stadium. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your package today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Did you say go?
I said go.
I didn't hear you say go.
I said go.
I don't think you said go. No one in here heard you say go. But I'm going to go because the music stopped and we just screwed that all up. So, hey, head to the pro shop, step up your game for the playoffs, score classics like jerseys, tees, and hats, plus exclusive collections and unique accessories when you visit your local Dallas Cowboys pro shop or log on to shop.dallascowboys.com, a Fanatics experience. You know what? DCU, get the ultimate fan experience for the ultimate Cowboys fan. Join the Dallas Cowboys United Fan Club presented by Globe Life, starting just $20. Join now and get your fan pack, exclusive benefits, and more. Visit dallascowboys.com/united for details and join today. There, we got them both out of the way, so we don't have to do that anymore.
Good job.
There you go. Thanks. You want to take a phone call? You got anybody on the phone, Chris?
I'm answering it now. So
what is it? You teased something going out. What was that tease?
Oh, the Washington football team. So they started putting stuff out on their social media channels yesterday, 2-2-22. And then they put a video out, and they were kind of building up. And you're like, what is going on? What's happening? And then throughout the day, you started realizing, like, they're finally going to name their football team. Mm-hmm. It's only taken them, 2 years, 2.5 years, something like that? So they're finally going to give their football team a name, and they're going to unveil it on 2-2-22. And they showing some of the players and Ron Rivera the new helmet and blurred the helmet out so you couldn't see the design, and it's like this big secret, and I'm sure their campaign's going to like slowly build up to 222, and you're going to be like, what's the name going to be? What's the logo? And then apparently one of the videos they sent out linked to a page that said www.washingtonadmirals.com. So you can kind of guess what their logo or their new team name is going to be.
If they name themselves that, they need to go on another campaign. Come on, man. Come on. Somebody need to be fired for
I think I read that right, didn't I, Kurt?
I've heard it a different way, but it was a mistake where they.
Yeah.
It's Washington.
It gives them a month to change.
If that is, wow.
I think what I heard was that they announced they were going to change their name, and then some ESPN reporter started typing in the names that WashingtonAdmirals.com, and it transferred to their site website.
Ah.
But now it transfers to some charity. So.
Okay. Well,
if they name themselves that, golly. From a great name of what they had, that was a great name, and I know it offended folks, and I'm sorry that it did.
You can't. You can't do that. You can't. You can't do that.
Yeah, I know you can't.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, you got to get rid of the name.
No. I'm saying you can't say what you just said.
What? That it was a great name,
even though it offended people.
Yeah, it offended people, and it was wrong. So you had to change it. That's what I'm saying.
You can say it was a great name. How would you say that?
You don't say it at all.
You don't say
it. You don't say it at all. You say it was an offensive name and needed to be changed.
It was an offensive name and needed to be changed. That was kind of a cowboy, whatever. However you do it, and I'm sorry that I did it wrong. But the Admirals, come on, man.
Why don't you like the Admirals?
What's so great about it?
I mean,
what's so great about it?
Listen, they can be called whatever they want. They gonna get these L's when they come from us. So I don't care what your name is. You holding these L's when you got to play Dallas.
Hey,
so.
who was before we get on the phone call? Who was someone that reached out to you yesterday that either you hadn't heard from in forever or that surprised you that they reached out, or was it just people that you're still close to?
Now let's get messy. Who hasn't reached out to you that should have reached out to you that hasn't reached out to you yet?
Everybody got me, man. Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Even the guys I didn't like, I ain't gonna let them know it. I just tell them thank you. But anyway, man, the Admirals. Come on, man. Did I mess up the? I guess you can't say it was a good name if it was an offensive name. That right there, I'm like, wow, okay, thanks, Jess. The Admirals.
Chris, who's on the phone?
Wow. The Admirals.
We got
for real.
We've got Justin in Southern California.
Justin, welcome to the show.
Justin, is the Admirals a good name for the Washington football team?
Nah, I'd rather just have the football team.
Thank you. Me too.
Yeah.
Justin, you got 30 seconds, my guy. Don't let them get you banged on.
No. So I got a few questions. Just reactions. I haven't been able to enjoy the season, unfortunately. Just too much of a roller coaster. I know you guys are probably going to crap all over that, but
Justin, you're not going to make it.
I think we're one or done. And Nate, you have an infectious laugh, man. I've been watching you since I was 8. And you brighten the day, man. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. No Admirals.
Bye.
Thanks
at least, hey, thanks for the call. And Chris, at least before they come on it, Admirals or no Admirals. Okay?
What is infectious about your life?
I will not start the clock until they answer that question, Nate.
Okay.
I like that.
What is
gotta be quick
What's
about it.
because no matter how silly the questions that I pose or y'all pose or how great or how bad, if I think they funny, it's that heartfelt big tummy laugh. That's what people told me.
Big tummy laugh.
Big fat boy tummy laugh.
Do you think most fans are in agreement with him where it's one and done?
I think if
is it in the one and done music?
I think this. I think he hit on something that has taken us really all by storm. It's been a roller coaster ride all year. Yeah. And last week we were wee.
Yeah.
This week we were 2 weeks ago we were wee. Yeah. Last week we were in the dumps. Now they'll come out this week and in Cowboy fashion. Dak will have 350 yards passing. They'll finally get a running back to rush over 55 yards.
Amari will have 10 receptions.
Amari have 10 receptions, and they'll win the game by 3 touchdowns. And we'll be like, yeah, here they go. They're revved up and ready to go back into the playoffs again.
Told y'all they had a vanilla playbook. Told y'all they were holding.
I told you they've been holding stuff back. They had to practice it to get ready. So it's been a roller coaster ride all year long. I think a lot of fans over this last week, you see a lot of people breaking a lot of stuff down and watching film and criticizing the coaching staff and some of the players and the scheme and all that kind of stuff. I think there's a level of hesitancy that people feel going into the playoffs that they didn't feel maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Did you see what Jerry said on his radio show yesterday that they'll come out and win this week and be ready to go? Do you think it's that simple? They'll just turn it on now and.
Everything that Jerry says to me is a sales pitch. He's always selling. He's always like that's the thing when Jerry, when Jerry is mad because he'll
like he did for the kicker.
Yeah. Consistently missing.
Yeah, he'll let you know. But everything outside of that to me for Jerry is selling. I gotta sell because attitude reflects leadership. So the moment there's a level of pessimism in me and concern in me, but the fans take that. And now they may not want to come to a game, or they may be hesitant to pay that ticket price that I put up there for the playoffs, or whatever it may be. It gives a level of hesitancy. So, marketers may not want to pay that extra amount of money to have those commercials or to have their signs up during the playoffs because they heard my interview and I didn't sound as confident when I was trying to sell this team and what we could do in the playoffs because I'm gonna sell this thing that we're going all the way through. And once that check clears, the check clears, and we'll put the sign up for something else. But Jerry's he's always selling. So he and I get it. Like he has to be, right? He has to be the ultimate optimist. He has to be. It is no other choice. Like his name goes on all our checks, right? So he has to be the ultimate optimist about this football team and what their abilities are.
What you looking for your check?
Yeah.
All right. We got another call, Chris?
Yes, we got Brandon in Sulphur Springs.
Brandon.
Hey, so you like the new Washington Admirals name or you don't?
I'm not a fan of it at all, man.
Okay,
I'm not a fan of it at all.
Okay.
I really don't know what else they could come up with. I mean, me and my dad talked about
The
it.
dummies, the Washington dummies.
Something, you know. We were like maybe the Wild.
I don't like them. I don't like it.
Ask the question quick.
What's your question,
sorry,
sir? What's your question?
Oh, so my question is, with the offensive woes that we've been having, man, is it really is it a schematic problem where the coaching needs to do something different, or is it a player's problem where it's something mental with the guys that they need to get their minds together? All right, bye.
Thank you for the
Wow,
call.
man.
Go ahead, Nate.
No, I'm still.
Now all of a sudden, you don't want to talk.
Yeah, I'm still wrestling with the Admirals. So you go
There's
ahead
an
on.
article in the morning news today that says the problem is the offensive line. That
Who said that?
The Dallas Morning News. There's an article today that says the problem is the offensive line. They are below average offensive line these days.
They are average offensive line. They are average offensive line. They have not
He
worked.
said below average.
No, they're not below.
Yeah.
No, if our offensive coordinator and offensive line coach can't get together to design something, that's on the coaches. These players are not below average players. And they may not only play one game as a full unit, but you got to be able to design something, come up with something to help these guys. These guys are not they are average or above. They may be a little bit above average and not great. They're not a great offensive line by no means, but you got to come up with something a little bit better. I've seen worse offensive lines than what this is going out there. I promise you. And they have 12 wins and probably not. But are we overreacting?
Probably.
I mean, no, Jeff, I'm talking about from a professional point of view. Are we overreacting?
So, Kurt, you are not a professional, and he does not respect your point of view.
No, I do. I respect this question, Kurt. Don't let this thing here come between
this thing. Jesus.
I got a cough, man. I'm not going to cough in here.
Bye. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Maybe Nate will stop coughing. I'll hang it with the boys.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
At AT&T, everyone, new and existing customers, get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office and your gym. For teaching grandma how to video call. And teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Nana. Okay, your other left.
It's not complicated. Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone, new and existing customers, our best deals with every unlimited plan on every smartphone, even the latest ones.
AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Restrictions and exceptions may apply.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the show. Who's on the phone?
We got
I caught you off guard, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a library because I did the last segment. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Muhammad.
Muhammad, what's up?
Muhammad.
Hey, yeah, my 45-second start after I answered Nate's question about the Washington.
When did you get
thing,
45
right?
seconds? Oh, because you're international. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Yep.
Yeah. No, I don't like whatever they call them, they can call themselves the Washington Camels as far as I'm concerned, and I still hate them.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, this one's for Nate. On behalf of all the Cowboys fans, not that I represent them, but I'm sure that if any called, they would share the same sentiment. Congratulations on the nomination to the Black Hall of Fame. You're a wonderful person that deserves the best. On a personal note, you did not need to qualify to any Hall of Fame since you have a bust in our hearts wherever, and a big fat bust at that.
Thank you. Okay, cut him off. That was great.
I recommend that you use a note card for your speech instead of a 4-page written one because it'll be more free speaking like your nature is. And also I want to thank you for teaching us how to enjoy the season with all its ups and downs. At least it will not be another 8-8. And I also hope that Jesse gets in the Hall of Fame one day. Now, my question is, does this defense resemble the Denver defense that beat Ron Rivera's Panthers in the Super Bowl? Thank you, guys.
All right, bye.
Thanks, Muhammad. Muhammad's just full of compliments today, man.
Yeah, I'm Muhammad. Listen.
What Hall of Fame
Hey,
is
why
one
does
I wanna-
Muhammad sound like his phone is like in the star next door?
Oh, I got to be closer. Wow. He told me
I may one day get into the New Jersey Sports Hall of Fame.
You think?
Oh yeah, if you do, bro.
What do you mean you think?
Your high
We
school Hall of
going.
Fame?
He was one of the greatest basketball players ever to don the jerseys in Jersey.
Really?
Yeah.
Your high school have a Hall of Fame? Should be in that.
We don't.
See?
So quick funny story.
The Jag Hall of Fame? Could you be in the Jag?
Probably not.
No?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
What? He refers to himself
Probably
as a
not.
Jag. That's the
I
only
probably
reason I did
couldn't.
it.
I probably couldn't.
No?
I probably
Yeah,
couldn't.
you could.
I probably could.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could.
I mean,
you one of Jersey's best,
Sports
bro.
Reality
I am.
TV Hall of Fame.
Oh,
there you go.
Come on, man.
There you
Let's
go.
go.
I like it. I
Me,
like
Danny,
Boy, that's what ain't
all
that-
the Dancing with the Stars. Let's go. Let's
Let me
get
tell
in
you.
it.
See that?
Danny, by the way,
see how he geek up him and don't do me.
Danny, he doesn't like you. That's his
Wow.
disciple.
Yeah.
Danny is our guest tonight, Nate, on Cowboys Crosstalk.
Oh, we gonna ride.
I
him.
asked him if he was
Yeah.
going to do our Survivor segment with his shirt
Yeah.
off, and he said, I hadn't touched a weight since I've been on the show. I will not be not wearing a shirt. So there you go. So Danny
Do I have
McCray.
it, man? If I can remember, I'm gonna wear a shirt tonight. If I can remember.
The Survivor shirt?
Yeah, if I can.
It's here, ain't it?
Shannon.
No, I took it on. We took it
No,
on.
I gave
he
it
kicked it out when he lost. He kicked all that.
What were we saying?
He wants to know if this defense,
Yeah.
a Cowboys defense, is like the Denver defense that beat the Panthers in the championship.
Oh.
Only if our offense has 34 minutes or more with 27 points, then we are
That's
our
the win.
defense.
That's the winning formula.
You got to have 27
keep
or
'em-
more
what-
points in 34
Keep
minutes.
them fresh. Keep them off the field. Let them
Yes, sir.
rotate.
Yes, sir.
And then score 27 or more points.
Yes, sir. That's what I think. Jess, you got something different for that?
I think, one, you need your players. So, guys,
be responsible.
Be responsible. You need your players.
Yes.
You need players like Micah Parsons to be there. So, stay away from the streets. They can wait. The streets, I know they're calling, but the streets can wait. Trust me, you can come to the streets. The streets,
You can come to the streets. Huh?
the streets will be paved in gold.
If you win the
Yes,
Super
sir.
Bowl.
Oh.
If you win the Super Bowl.
Ask
the
Nate.
streets,
Oh my! Yes.
platinum. you won't be able to do no wrong in the streets.
You
of
won't buy a
DFW.
meal, a drink for a year.
Bling, or whatever you young folks call it, and whatever.
I think he's asking, do they have the defense to cover up for the offense? Like in that Super Bowl, Denver only had the ball 27 minutes.
No, I'm telling you how this team functions. I ain't tell you how Peyton Manning's team functions.
And again, this team defensively, when you look at what that team was defensively, they had Hall of Famers on there. They had really great players. They had a defensive coordinator
Yes,
who was a
Thank
guru.
you. Yes.
Who is a guru and will go down as one of the greatest defensive coordinators in football. He will be in that conversation of top 3 defensive coordinators of all time. Wade Phillips. That matters.
Yeah, Wade's,
And you had
Wade's
two
one of the best
defensive
D
ends.
coordinators ever.
Right.
Head coach, not so much.
Not so much. D coordinator.
And his corners. His corners were lights out.
He had Aqib Talib. He had Chris Harris.
And I'm talking about
he had young Von Miller. He had a DeMarcus Ware. He had big what's my big guy name who did the tire commercials? Was it Knight? They called him Knight. It wasn't Snacks. It was something else. His last name was Knight. Somebody they had a damn good defense,
man. All right, before we go, you brought up coordinators. This is just a random game or random question since we got to get out of here. Do you think, talking about Kellen and Dan Quinn.
Bye, Kellen.
So it's either 0, 1, or 2 is the possible answers. How many of those guys do you think will be here next year, Kurt?
Ooh.
All
of them.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2.
You think both? Think they both?
I don't know if Dan's ready to go, and I don't know if Kellen can go.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jess?
1.
By choice or by?
No, I think Kellen leaves. I think Kellen takes a head coaching job somewhere else. Someone's going to be dumb enough to give it to him.
What do you think, Nate?
He better stay here unless he can get complete control, which they ain't going to do that anymore in Jacksonville. You better go wherever you decide to go, and that's what Coach Quinn probably looking at. I ain't going nowhere. It ain't a quarterback. If you ain't got a quarterback, you better not leave your nest. I'm telling you.
How many you think will be here? Both of them? You think they'll both be here? Chris, what do you think? Chris has some insight to that side of the building. What do you think, Chris?
What?
You have a little insight to the other side of the building. You have.
Aren't you related to?
You have a lot of knowledge. Put it that way.
Okay,
you have
go
good
ahead.
football knowledge. Do you think 0, 1, or 2 is the answer?
Okay.
Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn. How many of those guys do you think will be back on this team next year, either by choice or decisions or whatever? 0.
If I was to guess, I'd say 0.
You think they both go?
I think they're both go.
Oh wow! So we're kind of all over the board on this.
I tell you what, they better not.
I think 1.
Wherever you go, you better have a quarterback.
I think 1, but I don't know which one because I'm kind of like.
I would vote Quinn leaves if it's 1, but
yeah, I think 1.
I think he'd be more in demand.
I think it's going to be real interesting because I think you got I like all the coaches that are here. I can't think of one assistant coach or one position coach that.
Think
needs to go. I like them all. I think they're doing a great job, and the chemistry and everything's here. It's going to be interesting to see who gets snatched up.
I just don't believe that you can let Coach Quinn go and still get the production out of the players that he personally put his stamp on. So if I'm ownership or management, I'm trying to hold on to Quinn because you're going to have to pick out of these players next year who will be here defensively. The offensive guys are already in place. Can we go and get a coordinator equal to Coach Kellen or better? I think so. Can we go out and get a defensive coordinator equal to Quinn with what he's seen? I don't think so. So I think that not only do they have to make a decision. I'm talking about Coach Quinn and Coach Kellen. I'm talking about the management. If I'm tugging at one of them like, hey, bro, that ain't no quarterback there.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm putting it on. If you go anywhere, ain't but one quarterback that you're looking at that's going to be free, that you may have a lot of control, and that's the Jacksonville guy.
Yeah.
And everybody else.
All right, let's get out of here. Kurt, good seeing you. Jess, we're going to hang out. We're going to have Malik Hooker interview this afternoon that will air.
I thought it was Malik Turner.
In the show tomorrow. No, Hooker.
TJ Hooker.
Yeah.
A lot of Malik's going on over there.
A lot of Malik's. By the way, my guy showed up the other day.
Hey, man, somebody need to tell Washington they could have did better.
Yeah.
Washington could have did better.
All right, Jesse. See you later. Nate, thanks for bringing it.
My guy showed up too.
Your infectious laugh.
My guy had 6 catches.
Which one?
And a touchdown.
Which one?
Come on, you know team said Wilson.
Oh yeah, I love Sid.
Yeah,
I love Sid too. I'm just not going to let the Malik thing die because I started it in camp. And
yes, you did.
It never came to fruition. So
but he still made some plays.
Welcome to overtime.
Chris, thanks for keeping us.
Remember,
on
y'all
the air.
thought CD was going to take over for Amari Cooper.
Washington dummies, way to mess it up again.
William, thanks for keeping the live streams up tonight. Crosstalk.
Nate, you solidified your blackness.
WW Animal. What is it? Animals or granimals?
Danny McCray on the show tonight. Tune in with me and Nate. See you tomorrow.
You're gonna be
Hanging with the boys.
butt naked. Yeah.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!